Bang. All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Sean Vaughn, and this is Champions Material. As always, glad to be here. Joining me today, CEO of Bruh Got Game, BGG Entertainment, content creator, all purpose, Rob Bruh, but we ain't stopping there.
Yes, sir.
Because, shit, I done caught the flu. I'm talking that bird flu.
Okay.
Y'all know what flu I'm talking about, the only flu out in these streets right now. So we
Yes,
don't just got Rob Bruh, we got the rapper, spitter, producer, all purpose. You talking music, you talking this brother right here, man. I'm talking the one and only Jay Bird, man. Appreciate both of y'all brothers. Welcome back to Champions Material, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's your
sir.
boys, man. Hey,
We
glad
gotta
to be
come-
back.
Glad to
You
be
feel
glad
me?
to be back. Glad to be back.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and just enough. Let's just go ahead and get right into it, man. And we were just talking about this a little bit before we went live, but the bird flu. Don't even wait. We ain't even wait. We're gonna just get right into it, man.
We diving right into it. All right, bet.
You take this, Bird, you take this where you want to take this, man.
Okay.
We talking about the process behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? The shit that people don't necessarily see.
Yeah.
The mentality behind this joint, because this is your third joint, man. This is you putting your stamp on this. You knew who I was, you know who I am, and you about to see exactly where I'm going with this one. That was the impression I got.
Yeah.
So we'll start there, then we'll take it to the 6 a couple months back when we put it out on the streets, and everything that you both have gotten from this joint and from this achievement ever since. So you take it where you want to take it, brother.
Okay. I start with the mentality of it, like the driving force behind me creating the music. It was like I knew when I dropped New Wave Water, I dropped the project. Well, I start from New Wave City. New Wave City was like the introduction to me, and I felt like, I was just introducing myself, you know what I'm saying, to the world. New Wave Order, I wanted it to slap and be able to make hits and make songs that people can like bop to and vibe to, like you tough. You can turn it on in the car anywhere and just bop to it.
Mm.
My mentality with Bird Flu, it was a lot more serious. Not to say I wasn't serious about New Wave Water, because I was serious about all of it. But Bird Flu, I wanted to step in and being able to make like masterpiece music. That's why you hear more of like more dynamics, like transitions and stuff like that. And also, I wanted to I wanted to not necessarily just prove to people, but I also wanted it to sound different from New Wave Order, to make more, just make some complete music. And it just the whole tone and the whole vibe when I was creating it, all the way up to the studio, like it was, you could tell it was just serious. We was really cooking it up, and it was just times in there we was just locked in. It wasn't like we wasn't joking, none of that.
No
We just
smiling.
no smiling, bro. We just locked in the studio, just trying to cook up the best music. And I just wanted to come across with this Bird Flu is to cook up some of the best, most unique music that somebody could hear in today's time and shit. I mean, I think I accomplished that. I think I accomplished that with this, and also making more personable music about like my life and stuff like that. That's
Why
why
was that important to you? What? See, I caught that. Why was that important to you on this specific joint to do that?
it was because I use music, bro. It's like therapy for me in a sense, and like I can make music that you can just turn on and not to say you can't do it with this, because it's still songs on here that you can do that to, but I normally just write music. It helps me and my therapy. And like I felt like I always put myself into my music, even on New Wave Order. The stuff, it just sound cold, but I'm talking about some real shit that I've been through and that happened in my life.
Yeah.
But this Bird Flu, I just wanted to push it further by tapping into all those emotions, because I know that's what brings out the best music, the authenticity in it. And people can hear that. People can hear that through the music. And yeah, I just wanted to tap in more to that. I just want to tap in more to that, because I know that's the music that's gonna last over time. That impactful music, that music, like stuff like Never Be the Same, like those songs, they can stand the test of time because it's really about some shit and people can relate to it. And
Mhm.
for the people who hear it and can relate to it, you never know, it might can make their day better. It might could they can take a message from that song, you know, and apply it to their life and like go about it a little better. Just off me sharing my experiences of probably these fucked up days or these good days, just putting more emotion to it because people can feel it and connect with it. So that was
And it
important.
seems to me, yeah, man, and it seems to me just hearing you break that down that way that it's important to you not only just to, like you said, create dope shit, all purpose shit, but for the people who take the time to support and understand exactly what you're doing with this, that they can take something from this and they can apply it to them,
Yeah,
whatever they got going on. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just something to bob your head to, but it's something to make you think, and it might actually give you some game and some perspective that you can utilize. That's important to you.
it ain't. It's hella important because it ain't. You got to really realize, like, as an artist, this music, it of course is for you because you is from your experiences, but other people taking your experiences and living through it, living it, like they taking your stories and applying it to their life and hearing it too. So in a sense, the music ain't all for me. I just want to, like, inspire people to live their life the best way, or like they could take something from the music, whether they say like this a cool ass dude, whether they say damn, he been through some shit. He or we probably going through the same shit. The listener, we probably went through the same shit, and they hearing somebody talk about it. And as I get bigger, the voice get bigger, and they gonna support it even more because they know we've been through similar shit, and it's just a relatability in it all because they can see they self in me. So it's important to be personable like that.
It's crazy, man. Rob, just listening to this brother, man. He's
Yeah.
obviously still relatively young, even though he's done a lot. We talking his third, project,
Yeah.
but we talking about young and age only, man.
Yeah.
It's the perspective of somebody much older. It's the perspective of somebody who's been out here and knows what's what, and having the ability to not just internalize it, but to put it out in a way that other people can get shit.
Yeah.
The relatability. And see, he was talking about standing the test of time. That's
Yeah.
why it will. Because the message you getting from it is not just, all right, if you could just get some shit where you just bumping it for a minute, eventually you're gonna move on to something else.
Of course.
But the secret to him is it ain't just shit that you can bump, but what he's saying.
Yeah.
So a year from now, down the line, years from now, it could be a certain day, certain whatever mood you might be in, certain space you might be in. Let me take it back to the NWO New Wave, or let me take it back to the flu because
Yeah.
I need that right now, and that could just kind of reset you and recharge you.
Yeah. That's
It's the all purpose, man. All purpose. You about to speak to that?
I find myself even listening to, like New Wave City
Yeah.
and still being like, damn, this shit's still hard. Same with New Wave
Mhm.
Order. I might turn on something from New Wave Order and still sit with it, and it still take me back to the place where we were at when we were creating it. I'm blessed to be able to still be in the studio as we create the music, but
Right.
it still takes me out of the reality that I'm in into into his world, into the bird world in a sense, because the music is so damn hard and that relatability. Of course, I'm close to him, and Bird, he is smart for his age. He do got a lot of OGs that he is still in his corner,
Yeah.
and he's still giving him as much game as possible. He's a sponge. He's soaking it all in.
Mm.
But still being able to hear it through the music. It's that relatability. It's that taking me out of my reality aspect and still being able to enjoy the music and still being able to absorb that message. And I'm just
Man,
proud.
Look, that's the power of music, man. Like you can hear music and it takes you back to that time that you was like probably in your life when it first dropped. You was living your life to the music.
Yeah.
I had rappers that did it for me. Like when I probably turn on like Live Love ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
I think of me getting up in the morning, going on the corner waiting for my school bus, getting up on there, driving to the school. That's the power of music. So that's what I'm saying. Like I want to make that type of music. Like you said, you can go back to it and still remember like what you was doing when it dropped.
Yeah.
What you like, how life was, because it's like a time capsule, but it still stand the test of time because the music's so damn hard. You can play it at any time.
Play it any time.
So
like even What's the Plan? I hear What's the Plan? It should take me back to the studio automatically.
Automatically.
Like, I'm like,
I came out the
pick that
booth.
shit up, man.
I came out the booth, bro.
Came out the
Yeah,
booth,
that was
like,
tough.
we in our dance. I'm dancing. I
We
can't help
dancing,
myself,
bro.
nigga. This shit
We
just
dancing.
it got me jigging.
I remember that shit. Somebody got footage of that shit, man.
Yeah.
You just heard the beat. It was just the beat going, and where the camera went, everybody was just rocking with it, man. But you
Bro,
understood what was going on. What else was you supposed to do? You
That
know what I'm saying?
that video, that was
Like-
literally what happened as soon as I got out the booth. I was like,
Ah.
oh, this the one. This the one.
Yeah, it was me. It was me, and my dog Ray, and our engineer. We in there like, damn, this shit hard.
Like, what else are you supposed to do? Yeah, no doubt, man. So, so take me to, a couple months back,
Mhm.
and you dropped the flu. You put it out here on these streets, and take me back to what that moment was for the both of you, right? Because you both been working your asses off to get to that point. So we'll go there, start there, and then the energy and just everything that has happened since, and what you all are taking from it. Take it away.
Um, it was like dropping it. It was like that shit was like a weight lifted off my shoulder.
Okay.
I mean, like literally that process. What people don't understand is like when you in the process of working on an album or a project or something like that. That's your life. I'm talking about you go to sleep, you wake up to it. Like I'm going to work, I'm listening to the music, and when I get off, I'm listening to the music. I'm going to sleep listening to the music. Always
Every
just
day,
constant
all
trying
day.
to perfect it. I'm trying to perfect it every single day. Like my sole purpose in life was to get up and cook up bird flu. That's it. That's all I gave a fuck about. So like
Damn.
Yeah.
it was like that, bro. Like I
It
lived
was.
my life to it. And when I put it out, it was just like a big weight lifted off because like I've been working so long and so hard and so constantly I ain't getting no rest. I just been working on that mud. So when I put it out, I was happy to put it out because one, I already know I took my time to really cook this up to perfection and
Mhm.
or at least perfection for what I can get from it right now. And I cooked it up and I knew the people was gonna enjoy it because like it's really some good music. It sounded a little bit different from New Wave Void. I was going in a little bit different direction, but I knew it was still hard. So I was excited for people to hear it, but also it felt like a weight lifted off my shoulder because and I had to do some detoxing after it because I was stuck in work mode.
Yeah.
Like even after I dropped it, I
Just
was
in the
like,
studio
as
all
soon as
day.
I dropped it, I was like, nigga, what's next?
Yeah.
I'm just in constant work mode. So I had to detox a little bit, like man, give myself a break. Like man, bird flu is out. It's out. Now we gotta promote it. Now it's time for other stuff.
Video.
Now we gotta do videos.
Yeah.
But I was stuck in like the music aspect and like, bro, I gotta keep cooking. I gotta keep cooking. So it was a weight lift though, but I was happy that everybody got to get it how it was intended to come out.
Okay. So with that kind of mentality and with that kind of focus,
Mhm.
you get it done, you put it out there, you know what I'm saying? The people getting it.
Yeah.
What are the people telling you about this bird flu, man? What is the energy that you've gotten back? What's the feedback you've gotten back? Just what's your big takeaway from all this work you put in and what it's done for you?
I feel like the intake for bird flu was a little bit different from New Wave Order
Ooh.
because New Wave Order people was like, they got it, they bopped with it, they like, oh man, it's tough. I feel like bird flu, I got people coming to me telling me they like live their life to this shit and they play it over and over and over. And this stuff, I hear about songs like Eyes Closed. I hear about songs like Never Be the Same. Even Kickback. You know Third Strike.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
you know.
Hey, yo, by the way, shout out to the champ, man. He out right
Yeah.
now, but the champ
Yeah.
Sebastian Ooze. Yeah, he said, look, man, he said kickback is his shit.
So I said, what's up? He hit me up on IG. He was like, yeah, that Kickback different. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah,
But-
man. So, just a lot. Go ahead, speak to it, man.
But yeah, it was I felt like that was the different response from people actually telling me like they going by their day. It's like music that not only do I just can get in the car and put it on, go to the club and put it on, but it's also music like if I'm cleaning up in the crib, I'm gonna turn on that bird flu.
Yeah.
If I'm like chilling, I might want to read a book. I'm gonna turn on that bird flu. Like I feel like it's that type of music that people actually receiving it in a way that it's like is deeper. It's hitting deeper. It's hitting home to people, and that's what I love about it, because that was my intentions and how I created. That's why I put so much personable stuff in it, because I wanted people to feel that deeper connection with the music and be able to live their life to it. So that's been the intake for me. That's my big takeaway. People actually living their life to it, and it's actually like people taking it like that. So
Yeah, no doubt, man.
that's how I
Well,
take it.
I'm gonna start this thing off by just saying, congratulations, man. That track, that the whole project to me, and the reason why I was asking you about the personal element, and we'll get to eyes closed later, because that's what for me specifically where you said, look, let me let y'all know exactly who I am, where I'm coming from,
Yeah.
and that this shit ain't just about bobbing your head. It's about really, letting you know who I'm about, gives you something to think about, take away from it, and do what you will with it. And for you to take that, because it's difficult, it's easy if something is not working for you to say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take it in a different direction. New Wave Order. I mean, come on, like the shit's like slap, start to finish,
Yeah.
no skips.
Yeah.
So you easily could have just took that and said, okay, if it ain't broke, no fix it. I think it takes a lot for a person to say, yeah, this works, but I ain't done yet, and I ain't satisfied. And to take it and go in a completely different direction, I think really speaks to your growth, your confidence. You know who you are, and hopefully you inspire and catch that's bumping your shit to be able to do the same, man.
I appreciate that, man. And that's what it's all about. Inspiring the next generation, man. And you never know, like what you do, you can set the groundwork for the next big rapper, big actor, whoever. Shit, it ain't even got to be just somebody like a celebrity. Just whoever want to live their life and be great. When you inspire people, it plant that seed. So that's what it's all about for real. You inspire the next, and I just want my music to inspire people.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you're doing that. It's not what you want to do, it's what you are doing, clearly.
Yeah,
And
facts, facts.
speaking of just going to the next level, first of all, we talked about this before we got on because y'all ain't tell me y'all was doing this. Let the people look what's going on right here, man. Let the people know about this merch,
Go
man.
ahead, man.
Get
Get that
into it,
bird.
man.
Get that bird merch.
Get it.
Hey,
Ah,
so when
yeah,
we
yeah.
made the merch, when we first came up with the idea, it was more like we had a lot of the Bruh Got Game stuff, but I'm like, all right, it's time for Bird to actually get that merch, that bird merch.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
little bro, he came with the idea and the logo design. So we wanted to make something that when people see that this nigga, they gonna see that logo.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
shout out to my boy Adam from Vlux Visuals. He's the one that helped us out more with the technology of the merch, right? So and I know
Speak to that.
it's a
Speak to
different
that. Because we was talking about that,
yeah,
man.
yeah, this shit different.
I'm gonna stand up.
All right,
I'm gonna
yeah.
stand
Gotta
up.
let them know. Gotta
This shit
let them know.
different because like what the merch do is it has augmented reality. So like the back of that,
Ah,
yeah, it's not gonna move on here now, but it works with this app called Artie Vibe. It's a camera app like Snapchat.
yeah,
You
yeah.
put your camera on this merch and it moves just like the live album cover. You feel me? So like that's the technology behind it. I ain't never meet nobody who had AR merch. I ain't never seen it before.
Nope.
It's a genius idea that I network with the right people.
I'm saying, but why did you do that? Well, not why. How did you even think to do? We know why, but how, man? It wasn't just enough to do the logo. It wasn't just
Yeah,
enough to do
yeah,
the kind of merch that was all purpose. It
yeah.
was the idea to take it to that level, man. What? Talk about that, man.
So
The
yeah,
AR element,
the
yeah,
the idea was to be innovative, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I didn't want to just come out. We didn't want to just think about like, all right, well, let's just make shirts. Let's make something for people. I wanted to make something that somebody gonna have to double take and be like, damn, that's different.
Yeah.
That's something different because it made me double take just conversing about it
Yeah, yeah.
and finding the right minds to be able to do it. It had to be perfectly executed. That's why I got to shout out my boy Vlux Visual, my boy Adam, to be able to have that mind that he has, but also wanting to see us win, to be able to put in more to work alongside with us to get the designs, get the album, songs of the album.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
With a flock, because he the bird, you feel me? Birds moving flocks, you feel
Yes,
me?
sir.
That music, nigga, you gonna move in a
Yeah.
flock.
Yeah,
So
all
like,
this shit's connected, man. It all makes
all
sense,
connected.
man.
Exactly. It's all connected. And then like when it came to the album cover,
Yeah,
if you listen to his Bird Flu on Spotify, you're gonna see it move. You
Yeah.
look at the YouTube videos, you're gonna see it move just like the real album cover. So it was kind of like creating that Bird Flu world. You know what I mean? The world of Bird Flu is more like it's the city of St. Louis, but there's so much chaos going on in the St. Louis. But the beauty of the chaos is the music. You know what I mean? So like that's the that's the aspect that we wanted to kind of paint that picture, so we can bring people into that world, like how you would see like the Biggie, you know, Ready to Die. You kind of felt that when you seen the album cover.
Yeah, man.
When you listen to Astro World, that Travis Scott, you kind of feel that world that you in. Even if you watch, you know, the Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City album cover, you feel that that struggle in that music.
You gotta create that.
And you know, shit, just listening to the music, like he said, we be in the studio cooking this shit up all day. And you know, Bird, he's really humble, you know, and he really puts in a lot of time into the music, like really trying to push the barrier on stems, pushing the barrier on like sounds, melodies. Like, how can we make a sound crisper? How can we make it louder? How can we up that quality so it's like a damn doctor? You're fine tuning music. You're becoming a surgeon to the music. And I'm in the studio like, how the fuck did y'all just make that sound like that? How the hell did y'all just do that?
Brando, it be times
like, damn. How?
Yeah.
Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when we may get lifted, the stems of that, bro, just the bass,
the
man,
process,
like,
it's the whole process of getting to how it is. Like, every times where I hear the smallest like error in the song, like I can hear it. They pause it. They be like, bro, what you heard? What you talking about?
Yeah,
and I'm like, I heard it. I'm like, no, it's right there.
It's right
then
there.
We find it. They be like, oh shit, it is right there.
I thought it sounded crazy.
see, that's the perfect segue. Okay, so Get Lifted, you know, the lead single, video, dope as hell. You know, not surprisingly.
Yeah.
Talk me through that specific track and the purpose of that being the single that sets the tone for what became the Bird Flu.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. Oh, that's a good question. It's a good one. That's a real good one. So coming out, we was trying to pick like a lead single, right?
Yeah.
To lead off. And we couldn't go wrong with even single because all of it was hard. We was like Eyes Closed hard. It was like BGG hard. And yeah, we just trying to choose. Did what I did. And we was just like, damn, which route we want to go. But I knew, I was like, it's about to be fall soon. And I'm gonna do a lot more personal videos like with me in it, like revolving around, because that's what type of project it is.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, before fall hit, I want to at least do a video where I can get everybody out one last time and we can have a good time. Because that day, everybody that was there, they'll tell you that motherfucker was like a family reunion. We had soul food up there. Yeah. Kids had water balloon fight. Yeah. Like we had water balloon fight, bro. Like we had hella fun. We was kicking it that day. And so I knew coming out with that type of energy, people was gonna receive it like, oh man, it's dope as hell. Like it's a lot of people just smiling, having fun. It's good vibes. The song hard, and it's gonna make people want to tap into the album. And then once they tap into the album, they hear that hard song, and then they just listen to the whole project. Like, oh, this project slap.
Yeah.
So I knew leading with that feel good song, that people was gonna receive it like, oh man, it's hard, and they're gonna want to hear more. And when they hear more, they tap into Bird Flu. Then they tap into New Wave Order, then New Wave City.
You can't help but to go back to the old shit.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm just sitting here like I'm catching that in real time, and it makes sense. You hear a track like that, the fuck, what else he done did?
Yeah.
You go to Bird Flu, check out, you see discography, you like, wait a minute. This motherfucker put out some more shit. And then you go into the other shit. Then you go into the singles, right? You know what I'm saying? There you go. That makes sense.
It all gotta be calculated.
Man.
It all gotta be calculated.
And shoot that video, man, I had a good
that's where I was going. You know, just the idea behind, you know, that video. And the thing about it is the last two that I've seen from you, the diamond in the back, and then, you know, now this one.
Yeah.
The way the videos are set up matches the song, in my view, it matches the tracks perfectly. Yeah, so tell me, like, so was it like, okay, after you heard the track, you said, all right, that gave me the vision for how I wanted to do this video? Yeah. Man,
listen, when I heard the music, I automatically see the video. Like, as I'm hearing the music, I'm like, oh, dog, I wanted to get my niggas dancing. I wanted to, and that, I'm talking about just that alone.
That day
bro.
was
Like, that
hella
day was
fun.
epic, bro.
That was
Epic.
crazy.
And you know, I wanted to get the team, the family together. I'm talking my my pops, bro, my moms, like my cousins, like my niggas, my day ones, they kids, bro, like a whole family environment, you know, where we just coming out there to celebrate and have a good time with life, because coming out of the pandemic, you know, we ain't been outside in a minute.
Right.
We've been working through the whole pandemic, shooting what's the plan, about it, and, you know, diamond in the back. But it wasn't like that I wanted to give people kind of like that Will Smith summertime vibe, right?
Oh, okay.
I get around.
I get around Tupac.
There you go.
Like, you
there
know,
you go.
Because with the video, we know what St. Louis is. People know how fucked up the city is, right?
Right.
People know what you about. We can tote guns, we can talk shit, you know, we can, you know, gangbang. That's here. But in a video, how it perceives our people, I wanted people to look at that and get that energy. Like, man, these some cool ass dudes. The song hard as fuck. It's nothing but that good energy, because energy sets the tone for everything. So if we chose to come out with the darker energy, any type of different type of energy, I wanted it to be the energy that our people can, one, be proud of, two, love the vibe and support it just because the shit hard, but also at the end of the day, be someone like, yo, I look at that dude and I look at his videos, and, you know, you want to win the hearts before you win a Grammy, like you say. And that's just what I kind of wanted to do to captivate the hearts.
Yeah, man, that's real, man. And, you know, appreciate y'all, you know, taking myself and the Champions material behind the curtain of a track that comes out the way that did and a video that comes out the way that did. And again, we talked about this the first time we chopped it up in season 2. It's important that it's not just music and it's not just videos, but to get the perspective of both of you behind the scenes. It's a process. You don't just wake up and do shit like this. You don't just wake up and Bird Flu just, you know, drop into your lap. It's a process. And he was talking about just being in the lab and having that, not only that motivation, not only that passion, but also that creativity to sustain. Because let's not forget it. We talked about this in the open. He does the beats. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it's everything. So he's sitting here. It's the bars and the beats. Now I'm going to transition to Eyes Closed. Now, you know what I mean? Kick back, we talk about Third Strike, you know, that's all day for me, you know what I mean? And then also the BGG. And I said, wait a minute. It wasn't just Project Back. And it wasn't like Chicken Head on Project Back, Getty Green on. He take it all the way back to pistol packing, never smacking, bitch, smacking, killer, pistol. I said, stop. So, you know, it's crazy how you can just go everywhere with it in a way that makes sense. But Eyes Closed to me is arguably the most personal track. And it's a track where you said, look, y'all want to know me? Listen to this. Repeat it, repeat, you know what I mean? Whenever, come back to it. That is not necessarily where, at least on that level, in my view, that you had went before. So why now, and what motivated you to do that?
There's a lot of stuff just built up inside, just ready to come out. And like we talked about this a little bit the other day, but I was saying, like, with Eyes Closed, what inspired that is mainly like when people see what you doing, like they look at me different now that I'm Jay Bird. They don't look at me like just Josh no more. You know what I'm saying? They look at me look different, and they analyze what I do because I'm a rapper and I put out music, so they're gonna analyze it and analyze my moves and what I'm doing to put myself on. So I think with that, you're gonna have a lot of people that have a lot of opinions. They're gonna tell you what type of music you should be making, what type of bars you should be dropping, what moves you should be making, where you should go, where you should record, like who you should do this with. Oh, my brother rap, tap in with my brother. No, like they got so many stuff. But at the end of the day, I just gotta listen to myself because I don't second guess myself. And like the title for Eyes Closed is basically like I'm walking blindly to my fate. Now, a lot of people, they like, look, my way is the way. So nigga, basically that's an eye opener for them. Like, this the way you should do it. Open your eyes and go my way. And so I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep moving my eyes closed into my own personal fate because I'm walking my own path. and I'm gonna just like I said, if that's the way to open my eyes, I'm gonna be a blind motherfucker. So that's where that really inspired from. And plus the switch up of the track and the switch up of the track, I got real personal in that because I was basically telling like how the process in creating the music and putting it out and getting all these streams and stuff like that. I feel like coming from St. Louis, from what I do, is some respectable shit because I can't look at nobody personally that I know that's taking it as serious as I am and doing like some of the stuff that I'm doing. And so they'll be quick coming, like I said, coming from St. Louis, they'll be quick to still label you as just like a local person, even though you have numbers that people listen to it in California, Atlanta, Texas, New York, all these places, and even out the country. Out the country. And so
this shit ain't regional, it's national. I got you.
It's national, it's global, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, while being in St. Louis, they'll still find a way to label you local. So that whole second part inspired that. Like I said, it was just a lot built up. And when I started talking in the song, that wasn't written out. None of that wasn't written. You heard me stutter all that motherfucking everything. Like as soon as that beat dropped, I just had to let people know, like, man, everybody, they saying all what I should do. But at the end of the day, I gotta say fuck y'all and keep doing what I do.
You know what, see, I'm glad you just I appreciate all of that, but I'm glad you just went into what you said toward the end, because when I heard it, I said, it sounds like he just said, you know what, man, look, track's done. Y'all gonna like y'all heard what y'all need to hear. Now let me just say what I got to say. And it felt like he didn't write it. It felt like he just in that moment it came to him, and you just confirmed that, man. So I appreciate that. Now that was the track, Eyes Closed. That was the one that stood out the most to me.
Yeah.
Now on a project like this, especially it being more personal, which means that you now have even more layers because it's the club shit, but also the real shit. Was there, and this is for both of y'all, was there a track that stood out just a little bit more than the rest for y'all for a specific reason or a certain reason, and why?
Let me hear yours. Because we might have different ones. So
well, of course, man, it's okay. So when we record,
you know he about to say the one that I was on.
Oh man, hey, I should.
Hey, no, look, we was bodying it in the studio.
And I love Midwest Patty Cake because, like, look, man, we had to go spaz on that.
Yeah.
Mine has to be Eyes Closed too, because, like, for real, like when I was in the studio and we were recording it. First of all, I knew Bird had the beat for a minute. I used to be like, Bird, do something with this fucking beat, man.
Yeah.
Like he don't stop working. So he got beats for days. It's out of hand. It's really out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many he got at this point, but at the time he showed me the beat, and I'm like, I love this beat, man. We gotta do something. I'm talking about since New Age City was out, right? That's how long ago you made that.
Yeah.
What he flipped it, you know, like he don't tell me shit when we go to the studio. I just show up, he's like, watch this. And I'm like, damn. He like, we doing Eyes Closed. He brought the sax in, he brought, you know, the whole transition. And I'm like, this nigga crazy. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, after we left the studio, you know, we always engineer it, we mix it, master it, you know, we get it perfect. You know, we go home, we listen to it again, we go back to the studio, touch it up again, keep touching it up. But literally the first time we ever left the studio with it, it's been on repeat nonstop. It ain't even out yet. I'm just spinning that shit every day. Every day. I'm like, eyes closed. Cause it's like, you feel the emotion. You feel the, you know, relatability. Like you said, Sean.
That's what I got from it.
Exactly. And seeing it being created, it hits different when you listening to it by yourself, right? When you're with the music by yourself and you actually feeling that shit. And then just that transition, the sax, brother, how you brought the hook back in at the end, bro.
That was
like,
tough.
I'm like, nigga, damn, bro. Like, that's a song. And of course, me as a videographer, you know, I'm thinking about the video all day.
I know you. Yeah.
See,
so yeah, that's it.
I can go a couple ways with this question, right? because I got different elements to it. As far as from a song standpoint, I love BGG because I'm really telling the true story of Bruh Got Game, how it really started.
Yeah,
To
facts.
make it
Mhm.
clear and make it to, I literally laid it out on the table. This how it started. This what it is. And if you don't think this what it is, then I don't know what to tell you because this is literally the real story
that's
behind it, raw. And I was biting it. But as far as like making the music in the studio, it was two songs that really stood out. Did what I did because that day,
Mm.
that was the first day my pops came to the studio
Yeah.
with me. My pops came to the
Oh,
studio when I made
okay.
it.
Great. That was a
Okay.
great one.
And like I just remember that day. Normally we gotta make a song, mix it, listen to it like, ah, we don't fuck with this. Come back. That motherfucker was perfect that day.
We did a
Mm.
perfect run.
The bass was hitting. I'm rapping it. My pops and I are just happy, proud, man, recording
Pops
us.
happy as hell.
I'm like, man, it's hard.
Happy as hell.
It's hard.
See, that had to be a moment right there, man. That definitely had to be a moment.
Oh
You know what I'm
man,
that's-
yeah, it was, bro.
That's the moment. I think that's when our dad, he really stepped back and was like, man, my boys, like, I'm really proud of this, right? And seeing how, Bird is relentless in the booth, like he relentless when he going up. Like
Mm.
he,
I gotta
he'll-
tap
he'll
into something
turn this
different.
shit up. He'll turn it up. I'm like, damn, my pop's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna record this
Yeah,
shit.
my pops was like, man, let me bring out my phone.
He got the camera off and shit, like, yeah.
So
we did the Midwest patty cake in there too. My pops was there too.
yeah. So it's that and Never Be the Same. Look,
Yeah,
it was something
Yeah.
different in the herb when we cooked that Never Be the Same.
it's
Promise you.
amazing.
Like,
Mm.
Gotta shout out Brenna.
shout out Brenna, man. She cold as hell.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
day we cooked up that, bruh. It was just
Something
different. I ain't even have no words, bruh.
I'm
I
talking.
had to leave the booth. I looked at Lil Robert. I looked at her. I'm just like, yeah, we did that shit today. I ain't even got no words right now. That shit just was different. So as far as the studio, it's did what I did and Never Be the Same. But as far as from a rap standpoint, it's BGG for me.
See, now you breaking it down, man. See,
I can go to more though. Like I can really break down
I'll
every
tell
song on the album, bro.
so of course it's Eyes Closed. Second is Never Be the Same. Third is Demeanor.
Oh, look.
And then, and the reason why I say Demeanor is because I know the backstory. I
Oh,
know the
okay.
backstory.
All right.
I know what made him want to go in there and spit that shit. And it's a lot of personal reasons behind the music, like you said,
Right.
pulling out the relatability in him. So I started to see him elevate as an artist as we get older, right?
It was one take too.
It was one take. He went in there mad. Mike, the engineer, he like, what's wrong with Bird? I'm like, shit. He go in the booth. And
He got something to say. Shit.
He got something to say. Throw his ass in the booth. Go ahead, spit that shit. He started rapping demeanor. Like bitches change their demeanor. Niggas change their demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Like how he started rapping. People change their demeanor and just he went just so flawless. And then it kind of gives you goosebumps when you're out there like, damn, bro, like.
And that is a tough beat. And when I say tough beat, I don't mean just the fact that the shit's hard, but that is not the easiest type of beat to throw bars over because it's just like it's you know what I'm saying, like you got it, like the pace of that shit. So you got to really. I guess he had a fucking attitude that day. That's how you that's what you do on the beat like that.
I can't even describe it, bro. Like I went to the studio. I was just like, man, I was mad. And like, I was just fucked up. I woke up mad. I was like, man, I'm going to the studio. I already got the beat.
And you said one take?
One take.
One take.
It was take something all the way through. Literally one take all the way through.
Yeah.
Engineer was like, shit, he was like, I ain't got shit else for y'all to do to this. Like, what else?
Right.
And then the reason why I said Never Be the Same is the girl Brenna, we go back, she used to go to school with me. She used to always sing, like for like the national anthem and all different type of stuff. So I've seen her grow.
Oh.
And then I always told Bird, you should get some, we should figure out who we can get on your stuff to sing. And I automatically knew who I wanted to, work with. Once I actually reached out, she was like, I'm gonna be in St. Louis tomorrow.
Showing love, man. That's what's up, man.
She came through and then, I showed her the beat and she was like, damn. And I was like, shit, sing on it. She sang on that bitch in my house.
Yeah.
And we just like, God damn.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
got a deal. You got a deal. She was going in, bro, like she's fast, bro. I'm like, girl, you got a deal.
Hey, that was tough.
Like taking it to the studio, man. Taking it to the studio. I'm just literally sitting in there watching her sing, like she's letting it out, bro. Like I ain't had shit to say,
It
bro.
was
It's
speechless,
like
bro.
an ear fuck, right?
It was
My
speechless.
ears are getting fucked by this music, and I have no problem with it. I'm just sitting there like, shit, you know, like just what I'm really thinking about, like people not ready for this type of shit. That's why
Yeah.
I'm automatically like, I ain't ready for this shit, bro. Like it's that powerful.
I knew cooking it, and while we was cooking, I was like you said, people ain't ready because I know I never dropped nothing like this, but I knew it was hard as fuck. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm excited just to see the reception of a song like this because I know it's way left from what they heard from me, but it's kind of like I knew it was still a masterpiece song because I'm versatile, but you know people just didn't know that yet. But I was just always in the lab cooking it up, and I'm still cooking shit up that's still versatile that people don't know that I got different bags. I got different bags, but
He got music.
I got different
ready.
bags.
He got new shit right now.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, that's where I was going next, especially between the two of y'all. But before I even go into that direct question, you know, that merch with AR, this project Bird Flu, is it a coincidence that with the both of y'all, you all decided, okay, yeah, we could do something that works, that just works, air quotes,
Yeah.
or we can take it to that next level, take that next step because we know who we are and we're confident. There's a difference between arrogance and confidence. We're confident in where we are and what we can do, and we're gonna just put it out there. The merch and his album. So I'm gonna start it off with you. We're not gonna even necessarily even talk about like what's coming next. I know you stay cooking. We know that. We've clearly established that.
Yeah.
What I want to do is one of the reasons why I wanted to get into this with y'all after there was some time in between the drop was the full perspective. So as you have gotten the full perspective, cooking in the studio, you said day and night, literally, you drop it,
Yep.
you get the energy from it, and you have perspective from it. Tap into the mind frame that you are in after the fact,
Okay.
and what and how you think that sets you up for whatever is gonna come down the line for you.
Yeah, I like that question. I like that.
Champions material,
Champions
man.
material,
Champions
man.
material,
I like
man.
that. I like
Hey,
that.
hey.
Let me hit the socket real quick.
Show that coaster.
Get your merch, man.
Get
Get
your
your
merch,
merch, man. Stop
man.
playing.
Get your merch, man.
Stop playing. Look,
We outside, y'all.
you know what I'm saying? You said security.
Gotta secure that.
Take your time, brother. Take your time with this shit.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So the mind state I'm in now, right? After getting full perspective of it, I told you last interview.
Yeah.
I still ain't where I want to be at. And I'm still not where I want to be at.
Shit,
Even
man.
though I'm dropping good music, good merch, we drop good videos, I still want more. I'm in a pursuit for wanting a better life for myself, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I think after dropping it, getting the streams is cool because I get streams. I get streams on Bird Flu. I get streams on New Wave Border. I still get streams on New Wave City. But it's still like I'm just looking for something more as far as like life changing in a sense, going to that next level and like really just blossoming into who I'm supposed to be as an artist and just growing really. But I still feel like I'm not there yet. Even though I'm dropping hard ass music, I can get better. And I'm just looking for more of just like hitting that next point to the next level to where they see me as like the superstar that I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I
He's
do
still
believe,
not satisfied.
I do believe I'm a superstar. I believe I have that potential. I believe that's what I am right now. But it's just putting it out there even more and getting the world to see that. And I feel like you have a speck of the world that do see it because, like I said, the music is in all different places. So you do have like Jaybird fans out here that sees that,
Mm.
but it just hitting that next level. You know what I'm saying? And where it that sets me up towards my next, like what I'm doing next, which right now is still we in the process of promoting Bird Flu. Um, I ain't gonna talk too much about the next project. I ain't gonna say tell what it's called. It's in a it's in the prototype stages,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's it you know the growth and the jump from New Wave Water to Bird Flu. So from Bird Flu to this next one is gonna be something. It's gonna be something special for real because of all the stuff that I've been through so far. Because like like I said, coming from St. Louis and knowing rappers, like I know a lot of rappers. Everybody rap in St. Louis. I know a lot of
Mm.
rappers, but I can't look at nobody personally in my life, which it ain't no knock on nobody, but I can't look at nobody personally that I know that's doing the same thing that I'm doing or like getting the same numbers that I'm getting. And so it's kind of like I gotta take that experience and just really hone it in. I can't really share it with nobody, so I just gotta hone it
Mm.
in. All that just comes out, all of it comes out. And so the next project my focus on the next project is taking my experiences that I've been through so far in the rap game and really just putting it all out there in a different way that's gonna be even different from Bird Flu.
Man, wow. Let that breathe for a minute. I'm gonna let that one breathe for a minute, man. I really appreciate that. That is speaks a lot to who you are as an artist, and in my opinion, who you are as a man. Just the continued evolution and just never being satisfied, man. You know what? And I really do believe, I truly believe this, especially after really getting to know you on the last joint. You won't look back from the position where you're headed. One day you're gonna have a moment to where you can look back and you're gonna appreciate that everything didn't come to you just like that, just that easy.
Yeah.
Because you adding layers to your game and you adding perspective that'll allow you to appreciate where you will be. Because we all know where this is going. So it'll allow you to really fully appreciate, where you've gotten to, but also all those steps it took you to get there because it wasn't handed to you.
Yeah.
It wasn't just overnight. I don't think, with all due respect to you, I don't think that you are going to evolve, that you would evolve into the artist that you're going to be if it was just overnight and if it was just easy.
It's a hard road. It's a hard
Shit
road.
ain't easy, man.
And everybody want to be a rapper till they figure out, oh, this shit take grind. This shit take dedication. Like I'm real adamant about that. Like if you saying you gonna rock with me and you gonna rock with this rap shit, like people gotta know I live my life to this shit. Like I give my life to this shit. Like nothing else don't matter to me but making it into the game and rapping. Like nothing. I don't give a fuck about jobs. I don't give a fuck about like I give a fuck about my family, of course. But like, as far as like just all of the other shit, like going out, kicking it with friends, love life, all that. I sacrifice all of that shit to the game. And I really live my life to this shit. And
you right. And I can kind of talk about it too. I can kind of like touch on it because the shit don't stop. And if you when I tell a lot of people you support it, you want to stand next to us. This ain't no part-time shit. This is every day. This is what we breathe. Shit, like we breathe this music, we breathe this movement, we breathe how we put it out, how we market it. It's not just the shit that I can pick up and put down. I'm holding this shit every day, even in my sleep. I'm holding this shit. So like nothing that we have to, in a sense, go beyond. We will go beyond, but it's not going to come overnight because you have to go beyond in order to make it happen. So like even with Bird, how he make his beats every day, how he's always manifesting his new music. Same on the marketing side, same on the SEO side, search engine optimization. Same as finding out creative ideas to create visuals. Same with this the artistry of his artwork. Like all of that shit is everyday grind. It's every day, bro. Every day. And it ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, man. And you with the merch, the AR, the videos, the content creation, being a CEO of your own shit and understanding like what all that entails.
Yeah.
It speaks to, like I said, age ain't, RIP to the Angel. Age ain't nothing but a number. Leah said it best. It ain't about the age, man. It ain't about the age. It's some cats that are 35, 40, 45, don't have half the perspective or life experience of you two, and you have their age. It ain't about the age. It's about the grind. It's about the perspective and how hard are you willing to work. Okay,
Yeah.
you can say what you want. What did Bird just talk about? You can say you want to do this, but can you really do this?
Really do it.
Can you really do this? That's what you was talking about. Can you really do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just the ideas. It's about turning those ideas into reality, right?
Yeah.
It takes work, man. And again, this has been a pleasure, gentlemen. And before we get up out of here, you know, outside of the bird flu, were there artists, albums? Was there any outside inspiration that came with you into the studio, or because of the vibe of this album, where it was really personal and really you? Was that what set the tone? Was it primarily you? Obviously, you listening to other shit as well, but was this a Jay Bird start to finish?
All right. What's funny about it? A lot of times, you might not even catch me listening to rap. Like,
Oh,
I'm making Bird Flu listening to Thundercat.
Facts.
Like, I'm listening to different genres. Like, I ain't even listening to rap like that. I was listening to a bunch of different genres, a lot of old school music, oldies and stuff like that. And
see, get lifted. Okay, so he listening to. That's how you have the idea to put that in there.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
like even down to the samples. If you hear like the intro till we pop out,
Yeah.
you hear the stylistics. Like I'm listening to like shit that's way out there, like
BG,
older, the BGs. Like I'm listening to
Curtis Mayfield.
Yep. Yeah, like I'm listening to mostly just oldies. And I was listening to a lot of I listen to old school rap. Like I was listening to old school, like just old like New York rap and stuff like that, because you know they were spitting bars.
Absolutely.
Bars, and so
Yeah.
I like those smooth like Jay Dilla beats and stuff like that. I like the spit
R.I.P. Yeah.
R.I.P. And that's why it's like, you know, you might hear a song like Demeanor, sound like kind of like some old school New York sound, but like, you know, I bring it to like St. Louis, give it that Midwest flavor. But yeah, give it that bounce. But yeah, mostly I was listening to like old school music and old school like New York rap.
All purpose music, all purpose content, all purpose mentality. Wouldn't expect anything less from these two gentlemen. That is Jay Bird. That is Rob Bruh. This is Champions Material. Before we get up out of here, man, let the people know where they can find all things BGG, all things Bird Flu, all things everything. Go.
You want me to tell them? You got them, Bird?
Yeah, I got y'all. All right. So you can find me in St. Louis on the south side on the state streets.
Yes, sir.
You can find me on IG, Instagram at Mayor J Bird, like the mayor you vote for. I always got to out because I talk kind of country. I'll be like Murr J Bird. So the mayor, like the mayor you vote for. You can find me on Instagram. Find me at Mayor J Bird on YouTube. Find me at Mayor J Bird on SoundCloud. Find me at J Bird on Spotify. Look me up on Apple Music as J Bird. Look me up on Amazon Music as J Bird. Look me up on YouTube Music as J Bird. Look me up on Tidal. Look me up on Deezer. Look me up on nigga.
Damn, man, you everywhere, ain't you?
Shit. Nigga, look me up on nigga LimeWire, nigga.
Jam Glue,
Bebo, MySpace, nigga.
In front of my Tumblr, nigga. You there too. Black Planet.
Oh shit.
All right. So social media is Mayor J Bird, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, it's Mayor J Bird, and on all my music streaming platforms is J Bird. And yeah. Tap in. On me.
Cloth talk. All right.
And you already know, man, your boy Rob Bruh. That's two bruhs. You can find me on Instagram on there. You can also find me on Instagram at Bruh Got Game ENT. BGG, I'm the MVP, CEO nigga, boss like I'm Diddy. You can find me at the top of the tower. I'm up there with my feet kicked up. You know what I'm saying? Dictating. And of course, you can find me on the gram, Bro Got Game Entertainment, and then also on Instagram at Bro Got Game. Yes, sir. Tap in.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard them, find them, and you're welcome. I'm
Yes, sir.
Sean Vaughn. This is Champions Material. As always, you can find us on IG, Twitter, Facebook, and on the official Champions Material YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
And before we get out here, y'all stay safe out there and never forget, whoever you want to be and whatever you want to be, always be the champion of it. That's Champions Material. Stay tuned. We'll be back sooner than later with our next episode. But for now, myself, Rob Bruh, Jay Bird, we're done.
Yeah.
Salute.
Oh, yeah, yeah.